Warning, the following show is controversial and comedic. Although serious topics are covered, we have found ways to make light of every situation. Please understand that we mean no disrespect behind the things we say. But if you can't sit through the show, we understand that this isn't the podcast for you. Plus, we don't want to get demonetized because you don't like what we say. Share with your friends, though, because they might. Okay, so let's talk about the day. Let's talk about the day. He went to the store, counterfeit money. Cops got called on him. The moment, yes, the cop came up to the car with the gun. Wrong. The cop put it away. He did. We saw the video.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
He had it out. He put it away. That's what happened. From the jump, George Floyd wasn't trying to go down. From the jump. Before he was cuffed, he was talking about he couldn't breathe. He was. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Or you just don't want to go back and forth?
I don't.
Because this is called Tough Talks for a reason, bro.
The energy. I don't have the energy for it.
That's corny. Alright, here we go.
About to drop this masterpiece.
They be rapping like this. I don't know why. They be rapping like this. They be like,
Nah, facts.
Get no teas, get no crumpets. I remember I had nothing. I was on a block with the. I was on a block. I ain't have the toolies. I had the. I had the Bowie tie knife. Yeah, I get it through the night. Remember days mama wasn't there. I ain't couldn't cry. Cause if I cried then I die. So I had to fly. Pop, pop. Piggy blue, suck on my cock. In the shot, don't stop. In the pump for the clock. Pop, pop, pop.
Yo,
Honestly,
bro, I ain't gonna lie. That drill beat go crazy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. It go crazy. That's probably the one thing they got. That drill.
That shit is hard.
Riding round the rover.
You know, it's crazy. You can make like millions of them junks.
Yeah, they all the same, bro. They all the same.
This is
Nah, I seen these videos of the. Hold on. Yo, what's going on, Tough Crowd? It's your boys from Tough Talks in the building. How y'all doing? If y'all new here, welcome. If y'all already know what's going on, welcome back. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe because you already know we dropping bangers.
Toodles.
And what?
What?
Toodles.
What's it called? But we in the building with our brother Eric.
Stop.
He said, guys, stop.
I'm getting high, guys. Stop.
Stop it.
The brethren in the court.
Mm-hmm.
The brethren in the mandem here.
Hello, bro.
How y'all doing, man?
The brother from down under. Oi.
That shit make me sound like a freak. The brother from down under.
Oi.
I'm doing good. I'm chilling.
Thank you for answering my question.
Like,
Thank you.
I was getting there. You doing all right?
I don't care no more.
That's cool.
No, I mean, shut up.
All
Eric,
right.
man. What's good? I haven't seen him in so long, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Talk to us, bro. Talk to us.
Feeling
What's
good.
been going
Feeling
on, bro?
great. Not gonna hold
You
though.
seen him.
About to get back on the course soon.
Alright.
Kind of tweak my ankle, but the recovery's coming back soon.
Somebody took your ankles.
Ain't nobody take my ankles.
He said, "No, I ain't
First though, honestly, everybody need to get back in the ball condition because we got a couple tournaments coming up this summer. So we actually
That's
gotta
all
go
you
down
had
to
to say.
Maryland. Whatever you want to take that trip down to Maryland and stuff, bro. It's gonna be a basketball tournament down there. On top of that, too, we out in Hoboken heavy this summer because one, they got a nice little basketball court. I don't know how the fuck we gonna manage the shower. Ooh, I'm cursing out here. Ooh,
It's okay.
Excuse me.
Yo,
All
I'm
I do
telling
is
you,
curse on these.
They got a nice little basketball court over
Obviously,
there.
you
Get a
don't
couple of drinks. We could be chilling, and we about to hit the city too because I'm going up. Club's already back open, but it's only till 11:30. But you feel me? We can make something happen.
I ain't going to nobody club.
You ain't going to nobody. He lying. Baba.
Like, you lying.
You gotta go to those clubs this summer?
Nah, yeah,
I'm about to say we.
Nah, you might as well. Honestly, like, well, one, you got to go a little bit more like South Jersey, because I've been messing with the beach vibe.
Go
Them
by
beach
the
vibes. I ain't gonna hold you. I was just in South Jersey. It's country down there.
Nah, you was just in Texas.
Yo,
Yo, Texas,
When
yeah.
I was back
Nah,
in
Texas is, yo.
Texas.
Texas could get country, but where I was at, I was in downtown Dallas, so I was really chilling.
No, Dallas and Houston where
Yo,
it's
there's
at.
a lot of money out there, bro. When I used to go to the park and I used to walk back and I used to look at the little restaurants and show like when they was pulling up in some of the cars. Oh my God! Somebody had a Porsche. It was a Lambo. It was a Bugatti. Oh my!
Oh,
but it was
damn.
like they at
Everything's
least had to be
bigger in
paying like at
Texas.
least like 300 plus for them cars. But they had.
Bank account.
Oh yeah.
Oh, period. You don't see that on the street.
Nah, because it's cheaper to live down there, so you could work your money, a little better.
It depends though. Like it's
Nah, but
cheaper
I'm
to
telling you,
work
like-
down there if you got a good job.
Nah, but like you
No,
can't.
You
no,
got
no.
a regular job, you getting paid less.
But could you ride that out here though?
What you mean?
Like, could you drive it like regularly?
Ain't no room, bro.
No, I'm saying like out in the streets.
No, yeah, I know what you mean,
Oh,
but
okay,
like
okay.
on top of having to worry about keeping your John, like it's no room up here to even drive around
That's
freely.
true too.
Down there, bro, like a regular street, right? Like let's say my street here,
Yeah.
it's like 2 lanes on each side.
That ass?
Yeah, that's how
Shit.
big it is
Okay,
down there.
okay.
I love Texas, bro. I want to move down there so bad, so
I ain't
bad.
even gonna hold you. I'm down to make that move.
Facts.
That's
Mhm.
what I'm saying. Like I gotta come back and I gotta premeditate my murder, bro. Because you feel me? You can't just go out there just like doing anything that you want to. Like once again, I'm about to come down there with a goal. Matter of fact, I failed down there too. It's a whole bunch of computer science stuff that's just about to explode down there. Bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair Garnell, graduated May, go down to what's it called?
It's a whole bunch of businesses.
Why
and
not?
shit going to Texas.
Money.
He's- good.
Let me guess
Y'all
why.
want to leave Jersey?
Let me guess why.
No, I'm not gonna say I don't want to leave Jersey.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
So why not Texas?
Oh, I just don't really want to do anything computer science related. Texas can be a possibility.
Yo, that's kind of crazy. You know,
It's crazy, right? Since
that's why
shop.
he was right to be wrong again.
Oh, she knew most of that class.
Yeah.
Wait,
All
hold
them,
on. So
all them niggas.
you don't want to do nothing computer science related, right?
Yeah.
What's your degree?
Why are we doing this?
No, I just want to know. No, because now I'm conflicted.
CIS?
Or information technology,
CIT.
computer information technology. Okay. So what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Hmm.
But I like kind of decided like midway through that I didn't want to do anything computer related, and I was already halfway there. So
Well, why didn't you transfer? You might have been able to. You might have been able to bring over.
No, that's money, and on top of that, you don't know if the school's gonna take all your credits.
facts.
It's a process to
I
transfer.
fucking around
bro.
transfer. Like, all right, you just got 3 more years to get. No, no.
And on
Nope,
top
I
of
would
that,
have
too,
dropped out.
Before you transfer, I think you gotta pay
I would
everything.
have dropped the fuck out.
Now you owe us 200K.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So like, if you like 10,000 in debt, they are like, yeah, you gotta pay for everything before you get your transcript type shit. They be trying to hold on to you.
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
dipped on college, bro.
Monkey
Jordan
grip.
dipped early.
I got out of there, bro.
After that first year, Jordan was like, not for me.
No, the
Mhm.
first year was for my mother. I ain't gonna lie. The first, because my mother wanted me to go to school. Okay, cool. And then I tried figuring out. I went into, I think, sports management. I ended up figuring out what that was about. I was like, oh no, that's not what I want to do. And then I transferred to PCC. That's when we have fun.
That shit was.
I ain't go to no classes.
Yeah.
But then I transferred to exercise science, and like that was like, okay, we get into a little like on the scene type of thing, working with the athletes type. But I was like, nah, I don't really care about how the body works.
Yeah.
So
I
all
don't really
this-
get paid that much either.
I don't know. You gotta get hooked up.
Paying for this nigga to go have fun and not go to one class.
Oh no, they're not paying for nothing. I'm taking care of all of
Oh,
that.
all right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck with
Yeah.
your own money.
yeah. I don't. I take the hit for that. My mother took out the first loan in her name, but I'm paying for it. So
Yeah, she said, nah, nigga. Run me
like
my
it's
shit."
like, I know they wish I would have like actually applied myself, because if I would have applied myself, bro, I would have been graduated already. I would have had the degree and whatever. But nah, that's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm taking
I
care of
feel
those
that
bills.
shit.
So, but I'm trying to get into the.
Oh wow!
I'm trying.
Kiss that nigga?
That's my brother.
nah, he ain't just kissing.
Oh, that was the question.
But if I did,
That's weird.
you weird for thinking it's weird. That's my brother.
Yeah, we brother. You not kissing me.
Let it be known now on Tough Studios, Tough Talks, Arnell is homophobic.
Right.
He's wearing pink to mask his homophobia. Okay, let's get
You're
that.
wearing pink.
No, this is
And
more.
there's evidence of you being homophobic.
No, it's not.
We can piece it together. Why do I feel like I was turned down? Turn me up.
Because you was yelling.
No, turn me up.
You was yelling. Don't be yelling.
I'm gonna yell.
That's why I put it down.
So what?
We gotta worry about their ears.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I'm kind of nervous.
So it's good.
Oh man, what y'all want to get? So much stuff happened this week. What y'all want to get into?
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, we have a main topic, but there's like little by little stuff that we can get into.
Topics.
What was the main?
Well,
Remember Kanye?
I like
First
this.
off,
Oh,
hold up,
yeah.
Hold up, DMX just died.
Yeah.
Word,
shout out
word.
DMX
Shout out
family
DMX.
Shout out
Yeah.
Earl
and
Simmons.
all of that. I mean, that's
X gonna give it to you.
that's yeah,
God
terrible.
gonna give it.
Go give it up.
That's why I wear
With
my.
my dogs.
That's why I wear my do rag today, Eric.
Yeah, I wanna hear that.
He said, I don't want to hear that. Yo, no,
Out of
for real though.
respect.
Brady came out here, Rough Rider.
Nah, for real though, bro. Like,
Better walk this.
when
Get out.
was,
When I'm cut.
when was the first time y'all got introduced to DMX?
Yeah, a while ago.
Facts.
Like I can't even like give you a time. Like it's just been a
Nah,
minute.
definitely like it had to be like super early 2000s because
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
97 babies,
Yeah.
97, 98.
98.
98.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah, so it had to
baby.
be like super early 2000s, at least like around like kindergarten, first grade.
Bro,
Yeah.
I got introduced to DMX watching Like Mike
Oh wow.
in the car. In
That's
the car. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Up in
What?
Like, why is this
What?
nigga yelling? He is feeling this shit. Then I heard him do an interview and he talked like that for real. I was like, oh, it's over.
Right, yeah.
So DMX, why do you sound like that in your songs? I don't know what you mean.
The dog doesn't know what you mean.
This is how I talk. But bro,
Oh yeah.
DMX, bro, he a legend, bro. He a
Nah,
legend
for
for
real.
real.
it kind of always sucks like with celebrities with me or some ones that kind of not really just fall up, become just kind of like less irrelevant in your life. Like I really forgot how iconic like DMX was. Like that really like, whole like Rough Rider clique.
Yeah.
That shit,
shit
like
was-
at the time, that shit was like,
Bro,
big.
at one point it looked like he was performing in front of the world,
Yeah.
like live.
And he had
Yeah.
them like under his control. It was quiet and all that shit. Like,
Bro,
listen
He
to
was
this
like-
nigga.
He had fans for miles on end at one point.
Fat
That's what
ass
they-
jeans, 3XTs, and
Yeah.
some Timbs.
I ain't gonna lie, that red overalls, that red overall go hard.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'll get one of those in a heartbeat. Them Johns. But yeah, man, R.I.P. DMX.
Word.
It's sad, but you know, he changed the game in his own way. You feel
Nah,
me?
he did. He definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
And he was like, he talked about like the shit that he was going through a lot. Like,
yeah.
he wasn't one of those people that went through it and just didn't talk about it or like
Yeah, he was vulnerable.
encourage people to like do the
Mhm.
same shit he was doing. He was like, nah, like get right with God and all that shit.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Earl Simmons. Dark Man X.
Facts.
Is that what that stood for?
Yeah.
I never knew
Apparently.
that.
I didn't know that till he died. I've been seeing people say it a lot.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I'm like, who the fuck?
Real talk, Dark
That
Man
makes
X.
sense. That makes sense.
Dark red. Was it a white person that killed with it?
I would hope not. And possibly. Who owns Rough Rider?
Brady trying to start up controversy.
Oh, we could talk. We could talk some controversy.
Let's go. What you got?
We could talk about the Derek, whatever that nigga's last name is. That case.
What? Derek who?
The
Oh, you talking
one
about
from
Deontay?
George Floyd.
Chauvin.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We could talk about the Daunte Wright. He just got killed. We could talk about the video that I sent you.
With the army vet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just got arrested apparently. I mean, not
Mhm.
arrested, fired and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's suing the state or whatever.
All right, so let's go piece by piece,
That's
right?
a nice check.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
What do we know about the trial?
As of right now, it don't look good for Derek. As of right now, I'd be surprised, but he didn't get found guilty.
No, I think he's gonna do time.
Oh,
Of
most
course.
definitely.
He's gonna do time.
If he
definitely.
don't, ooh, you thought they were rioting before Minnesota.
Yeah. My thing is that, like, I don't know. All these cases are really emotional. It's hard to do like sound trials and sound cases with all the emotion rising.
Yeah,
So it's like,
everybody's biased.
yeah, you feel like you have to do things a certain way just to, like, to calm people down. I'm not saying like dude's in the clear. I mean, he didn't do the best job he should have. But yeah, like with the people rising the way they are and causing all this, hysteria, I feel like just things are just gonna go a certain way just cause,
It's just like, because with the case, like when you hear all the evidence and all the witness testimonies and all that, it's like his death could have been avoided. It's like he didn't have to die. Like, so it's like, yeah, it makes people upset and all that, and people feel like, but he should do some type of time. If he don't,
No, he should definitely do time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think with the evidence that has been presented, it's like that's what I mean. Like, because of the emotion rising, it has to go a certain way. Because I didn't see the other video. There's another video that came out with a different angle that shows like where he's positioned. So I don't know.
what do you mean, like position on his neck?
Like, it's more like it wasn't that he was on his neck, but he was more on the shoulder blade area.
I don't know.
And then, but like I said, I haven't seen the video. But like, if we're talking the way the body works, if
Nah,
he's
but
if he's
still,
on his
like,
back,
You don't need to really be on nobody's neck for that long.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, but I'm saying, like, I don't know where he was at. That's what the other video is for, so for show a different perspective. Because from the original one, yeah, it looks bad. It looks real bad. But
the doctor that did his autopsy ruled his death like by asphyxiation, like by homicide.
but there was another one that ruled it by underlying conditions.
That's true, but like any healthy person, you put someone on their neck for 9 minutes, they're gonna die.
The thing is, he wasn't healthy.
That's my point, though. They're trying to use like, oh, because he had
He was
underlying health
yeah.
conditions. Even if you did that to a healthy person, they would die. If I put my knee on your neck for 9 minutes, you're gonna die. You put your knee on my neck for 9
Yeah,
minutes. I mean, I'm
yeah.
not the healthiest person,
But-
but I'm gonna die.
But no,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, it depends on where it is though, because the vein that sends oxygen to your brain
Mhm.
is over here,
Mhm.
right? From where he was back here. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So it's kind of tough to rule that out, because you put something. Richard grabs you into a chokehold, right? He clenches his muscle. You feel that joint here, you done. You going out. Feel me? If you clench it up here, it's you good.
You also have to take in consideration that he was already laying on his stomach.
That's true.
After a long period of time, it becomes hard to breathe while you're laying on your stomach. So that's one factor that you have to take in consideration. And it's just like it's being said, his co-police officers, his people in charge of him, the doctors that's been on trial and all that have all said like it was unnecessary.
No, yeah, like I
it
said, I
was-
agree with you. It
it
was
was-
unnecessary.
It was completely unnecessary for him to be on him for 9 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
he was already in cuffs, all that. So it was like, what you
yeah,
was
he
kneeling
had
on?
to really be putting weight on him too.
Yeah.
Because you gotta also take that into consideration. Like, you don't just crouch down on like your knee. Like, that
Ain't
knee
no
starts
way
to
he
get
was
bad
able to
after a
support
while.
his weight not being crouched down that hard for 9 minutes. But he had to have supported his weight on this nigga neck.
Yeah.
If not for, if only for a minute of those 9 minutes, that's still like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
No, I hear you. I do. But like I said, that second video is important to watch. It's a different perspective. That's what I'm saying. Because it makes a difference where he is. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But we all know he going to jail.
I guess.
That's not. It's like, if he don't, all hell gonna break loose.
Yep.
Mhm.
But yeah, he going to jail. It's just the fact that I don't know if like what the true cause was. I can't say I know. But yeah. And it's sad that it's taking this long too.
It's been a year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, with the, my thing is, I hate when stuff happens and then information that's needed comes out months and months later, year later, all that. Like, where was all this stuff when it happened or when it was happening? And now
No,
all this stuff happens, new information comes around, and it's like, if you change your perspective on things or things look different, then it look crazy. Like, it look crazy on your part or whatever. Well, I don't know. It's
no, but that's probably because they dive deep into it more though.
yeah, but you figure, like, with the craze around the issue, you doing that off rip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All witnesses, you know, all people that were there at the scene, like on the job. You get all that information when you need it.
I saw a little bit of it too. And they had the guy, I think that was at the register. the clerk, he was on trial, and he was like describing, yeah, he was describing the whole situation, and it was like, damn, like
He was like,
I didn't realize.
Didn't take the 20 and shit.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I didn't realize this nigga like was really, like, you know, I forgot, I wasn't even thinking about that shit.
He said he didn't think taking the $20 bill was gonna lead to this.
Yeah,
Basically,
it's the crazy part.
it's like this. To me, the whole reason why it started, to me, was like, it was just unnecessary force from the jump, in my opinion. It's just like, all right, he paid with a fake 20. That don't necessarily mean he was maliciously trying to pay with a fake 20. He could have not known himself. So you wanna approach him and talk about it. They approached the car with their guns drawn. He had his hands up. We debated on the show before, like, whether his hands were fully up or whatever. But he had his hands up, hands shown. Still, get out the car. From the jump, to me, it was unnecessary force. And it just, to me, showed that the cops didn't really care. Like, they were doing what they wanted to do, in my humble opinion.
I went through that same shit. Well, not to that degree, but like even like driving through like the like predominantly white neighborhoods and stuff. Like if you get pulled over or like you're just like kind of like, oh, like, yeah, you kind of stand out. Like, where are you coming from this late at night? Like, you could just be coming from one of your friends' house that might just live like relatively in the area, and they're gonna pull you over. And I remember one time I was at a party, like maybe not really upstate New York, but like somewhere by like Nanuet, a little further out from there. So, like, I might have been, like, going, like, through Paramus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, the cop pulled me over. He always pulled me over for some bull crap reason or whatever. He was like, I don't know, something was going off. You know, you were going, like, 25, and then you went up to, like, 30. And I'm like, okay, like, that's the speed limit. Like, what's the difference? Like, they always make some type of excuse, or they're trying to make something that kind of just makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, you know, like, oh, like, what did I do wrong?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got a cop telling you for, like, 3 or 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And before I got on the highway, he told me, he was like, oh, what about this, what about that? Came up to the car. He was like, oh, yeah, it smells like weed in here. All right, I'm going to need everybody to get out. So these guys checked my car inside and out, did not find anything because we did not have any substances. We were just around other people that, you know, were smoking weed. Mm-hmm. So we naturally just picked up the aroma. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, we just want to make sure that you guys don't have any, like, heroin or, like, cocaine in the car. And I'm like, how the fuck this shit go from smelling like weed to, like, heroin and cocaine? Like who do you think I am right now? They just be making shit
up. It's like what?
Like, who do you think I am right now? But that's something that they're going to make you, like, it make you, like, shiver. So now, like, you only might have, like, a little bit on you. I didn't have anything on me, but I'm just saying, like, you could have an eighth on you, and you could just be shivering just because of the way that they're talking and just being like, oh, yeah, we're going to turn this something to, like, way bigger. Like, if you guys just don't tell us, like, you know, we can make this easier, simple. You know, oh, like, if we find anything, you guys realize that you're being disobedient and you were lying to us. Now we're going to make this, like, a bigger thing than it is. But it's not really that big. You only got an eighth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
I'm not listening to none of that bullshit. Like, if I got an eighth in the car and I know I got an eighth in the car, search that bitch. You want to find it, find it. If you don't, you don't.
They
but
make it
like,
a bigger deal than it really has to be.
Me telling you that it's in the car or not in the car shouldn't increase anything that happens. It shouldn't. You know, the world we live in, it might, but it shouldn't because of the laws of the land at the moment. But
I mean, at this moment now, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At this moment, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
So you don't think, right? Let's say the cops escalate the situation regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think the actions from when they stop you to how it ends between both parties matter?
I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, they do matter.
Okay.
It's
I
like
just want
this.
to make sure we're on the same page
If-
with that.
I wholeheartedly agree. If you're a cop and your life is truly in danger, do what you need to do to get home to your family. That's the job you signed up for. If they coming at you trying to kill you, then that's what they signed up for. But you can't be out here killing people off the assumption of danger. That's not what you signed up for.
So let me run you this picture, right? Because when you know your life is truly in danger, you also know it's too late. Okay? There was a cop in Arizona. Pulled over this man. He's walking up to the car and he sees in the back seat that there's like a M16 or something, right? He said, "Oh, listen, I see that you got a weapon in the back seat. You know, I'm gonna have to detain you for it. Yada yada." And the guy's like, "No, I mean it's just in the back seat, it's chilling. You know, you don't gotta worry about it." He's like, "All right, cool. All right, no worries." Walking back to his car, dude reaches in the back, grabs the M16, fires off 14 in his back, and dips. You can never tell, as a regular citizen or a cop, when your life is truly in danger. It just happens.
But it's like this. In that specific situation, he saw the weapon.
Yeah.
He decided not to act on the fact that he seen the weapon.
Again, though, his life wasn't in danger at the moment, correct?
That's cool. But there's a difference between seeing a weapon and shooting because you think you saw a weapon.
No, to be honest, you say that his life wasn't in danger at that specific moment, but it was.
He just chose not to act on it.
Like you said, it's a split-second decision. It was really his fault. Because at the end of the day, as a cop, you see somebody with an M16, you don't know what state of mind they're in. They could be telling you anything. You don't know if they're high off of a drug or anything. He's not really focused on it, but like he's human though. So he's like, oh, you know, he kind of just, all right, I'm gonna take into account that, you know, he does have a gun, but blah blah this. I'm gonna do a little bit of research or whatever. No.
And
You do what you
But
gotta
then,
do.
but then if
he
he
made the
asks,
wrong decision.
but then right, let's say he don't say nothing about it. He sees it. He's ready to go. And he asks for whatever license registration from dude, and he reads like this, and he pop off. Is he wrong?
It's more justifiable. It's way more justifiable. If you supposed to tell me your license and registration's in the back by the M16.
No, he just go like this. He turned.
If he go to reach for his side and you shoot him and his M16's in the back, then it's like, you know, some people gonna be upset. Some people gonna see it as
I
justifiable.
don't know.
But if he reached to the back where the gun is, then it's like, I mean,
know,
that
bro.
might not have been your intentions, but it is what it
I
is.
just have to ask you just in general. Oh yeah, just have an M16 chilling. That's just sound like
Yeah,
some bullcrap.
yeah,
like
That's another thing. Like,
Why
how
do you
often
have-
does that happen?
why do you have an M16 in the bag? Like what you like?
Loaded
What's
and
going
everything.
on?
In the wide open.
I don't know, bro. All
Like
I
this.
gotta say when it comes to, like, you know, the police and what they do, like things just happen. Things happen. You can never be fully prepared. People always like, how are you gonna, you know, sign up for a job where you can't control your emotions? Like, from clock in to clock out, we don't know what they deal with.
It's like,
That's a fact.
We don't know what they're going through. We don't know what, you know, they're fed up with or what they not taking no more for the day. So on their part, they do need to control that. But on
I
our
was about to
part,
say,
we also need to be mindful of what we do too. You feel me? So it's like, especially if we in the wrong.
but let me
That's
ask
another
you-
thing,
let me ask
especially
you
if
a
we in the
question.
wrong.
I mean, what did George Floyd necessarily do wrong, other than try using a fake $20 bill?
From getting him out of his car to getting him to the cop car, then him getting back out, he was never like just trying to chill and comply and get in the car.
But at some point, he had the cuffs were already on him,
And he was
I
still
don't know-
fighting.
I don't know how he got out the car. I didn't see any video.
Because he
from
was
that,
all right.
and,
So perfect example, right? You try now. Obviously, you stronger than a baby, right? We as men are stronger than a baby,
I would hope so.
right? We try to get a baby into their car seat, and they fighting. It's not as simple just like, right? They fighting. They doing this. Me, I used to headbutt when I was a baby. I was headbutting my
With
parents.
that fat ass
Talking about,
head.
yeah, almost broke my mother's nose. I swear. But I'm over here like,
I out here look around quick like.
And she did. And she did. My mother used to whoop my ass. But look, right? George Floyd was a big dude. He was over 6 foot. I think over 200 pounds at the same time. If he fighting, right? If he not just trying to get in the car, that's not going to be an easy job.
All right, so now my next question is, what was he being arrested for?
I don't know. I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't. Do
It's
you?
like, I don't.
Okay.
But that's my point, though. A lot of people don't. It's like, you came to him to confront him about the fake 20. How did that lead to his arrest?
I don't know if you can get arrested for that. Back in the day, my father did. He got arrested for counterfeit money.
But let me ask you a question. He was taken to the precinct and all that.
Yeah, he was in a holding cell and all that. My father got arrested for counterfeit.
It's like this. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the expert on the case because I'm not. But I just feel like the attention and stuff we get from the police is always, for the most part, unnecessary. Some type of unnecessary gesture or saying or whatever that happens. Yeah, it's unnecessary. Like, it's never a regular, like, oh, you were doing this, here's your ticket, you know, license registration, have a nice day, this and the third. It's like, it's always some extra shit.
Nah,
where you going? Where you heading? Where you coming from? Oh, the car, kind of smells funny. Oh, your lights are out, even though they're not.
To be honest.
Following you for 5-10 minutes, just see where you going, where you coming from. It's like, bro, if you gonna pull me over, pull me over. Don't follow me for 10 minutes, then pull me over.
I got pulled over last October. Cop came up to my window. He's like, yo, you know, your music was loud. And I'm like, yeah, you know. He was like, you got a speaker in the back. I was like, nah, just a regular Honda. I know my shit boom, but
He took, well, I know I'll pack that bass.
well, I'm not, you know, I'm not packing that stereo. Then he's like, oh, could I see your front window? Cause my back two are dark as shit. At night you can't see nothing. He's like, could I see your front two? See if they got tints. I'm like, all right, let me wind it up. I'm like, nah, no tints. And then he's like, oh, just pulled you over because you was going fast. I was like, how would it go from my
anything to fuck
windows,
with you?
I was like, damn.
We gonna go through the checklist.
I was like,
your window tinted. Damn, his window's not tinted. Your music loud. You got a speaker? Damn, he don't got a speaker. You were going too fast. Why don't we ain't start off with that? That's an actual traffic violation.
But the only reason why he pulled me over late though, because where Patterson and Totowa are, I was on the border. So I was going right into Patterson if he ain't do it. But he called me right at the border. I was like, damn. So
that's exactly what it gets you. That's
right at the border. Because as soon as I go to Patterson.
I don't drive down Union Ave no more. I'll take my chances. And it's better on the highway at this point.
It's better on the highway.
Because it's like, ain't too many state troopers that's going to be out there. And it's like,
I can go the speed I want.
I'm not going to hold you. Like, I think it was back in 2017 when I went through that little incident when I got pulled over. Somebody had got robbed at our gunpoint, and then they said it was 3 black suspects, and I had, you know, it was me and 2 other people in the car. One was actually black, the other one was Dominican, but obviously he was of a fair skin tone or had a fair melanin, which made him identify as a black person. So while like we were getting like pulled over and stuff, you know, I had like went to a stop sign, and I had saw the cops like look in the car, and they were just like. They just kept like looking like closer and closer. I didn't really like pay any attention to it, but I was like, I had a little feeling. I was like, yeah, Jay, like, you know, all right, get out the car, like, you know, we're about to go to Applebee's.
You feel it.
So as soon as he gets out the car, I'm driving up. The cops block off the intersection. Skirt. Lights go up. Come out with guns. Hands up in the car. I'm like, oh shit, like what the fuck did I do? Like, you know, like it is kind of like frightening on top of that too, because like I said, you don't know what the fuck's going on, and on top of that, you watch a whole bunch of programs or you pay attention to social media, and the only thing they emphasize is stuff like Trayvon Martin and stuff. So it is like, oh shit, like is today gonna be the day like where I'm like the first motherfucking jersey or like another motherfucking jersey that's just about to be on the shirt, or they sitting there riding for me? So you got your you know, your hands up and stuff, and he's sitting there like trailing me and stuff, and he's sitting there asking me questions, roll down your window and stuff, sitting there rolling down my window and stuff. Oh, I need your left hand up or your right hand up. So I'm sitting here doing everything, and he told me to step out the car, so I'm about to step out the car, but I forgot to have my seatbelt on. So I'm like, oh well, I got my seatbelt on, but I'm not really paying no attention to it because I'm sitting here chilling or whatever, and I take off my seatbelt, and he ran up on me and was like, "What are you reaching for?" And I was like, "Oh shit, my seatbelt." So
It's not funny,
and
bro.
he was like, "Oh, he's
That's
just reaching for a
crazy.
seatbelt." But I'm just saying, like, in that split second decision, like
You
said,
could have
when
been. It could have been over for
he
you.
didn't know
But
if he was
hey,
unharmed.
but no, but pause though. Pause though. Let's analyze that, right? Somebody got armed robbery. They looking for 3 suspects. It's wrong that you fit the description, but you did. They pulled you over, hands up, get out the car. You still got your seatbelt on. That's another thing. That's what I'm saying. They don't know. It takes a split second to pull a trigger. It takes a second to pop. People do it all the time.
But you see what this cop did? He asked,
Right.
"What are you reaching for?"
Right. No, I'm saying
That do that.
okay. Right. But not every situation is he's got a gun. Blah, 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 right? Because we could have lost Eric just like that.
Facts.
But at the same time, I'm not saying, Eric, like, what the hell wrong with you? No, I'm just saying, like, it's stuff like that we just don't think of. I got into a car accident, right? It's not the same caliber, but it's things that you just don't think of. Mass state troopers pull up. I got into an accident with my car, called the police. They came in. They came to ask questions. My dumbass got out the car. You're not supposed... Huh? That's dumb of me. Why the hell am I getting back? He's like, oh, get back in the car. I said, oh, word. What am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah.
It's stuff like that we don't think of.
Your skin tone started to take over. You was just like, hey, it's okay. I can get out.
No, it's like no. It's like, but you don't
Then
think
your
like,
life gets not kicked in. What am I doing?
it's the stuff that you think like bro, like this is just like
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain, what's going on. I'm the one that called you, but it's like, yo, if this were any other situation and I do that, it's curtains. It's curtains. So like, imagine if the cop wasn't thinking like, oh, dude probably still got a seatbelt on, and just pop off on Eric. You get me? In a situation like that, all we gotta do is like, sir, I still got my seatbelt on. Is it okay if I take it off? And some people be like, yo, that's mad extra to do, but it's like, no, like, again, we don't know what these dudes go through.
It's not even about being extra, and it's like, I understand we don't know what they go through, but can we take in consideration how much fear he may have been
Of course.
Like, his mindset isn't like, oh,
Of
shit,
course.
I still got my seatbelt
But
on.
again,
This, that, and
the
third.
case is armed robbery.
I understand
So
that.
on both sides, it's like, bro, we don't know what's about to happen, but hopefully we all end up, and thank God it happened the way it did,
Like,
that
but
Eric's still here.
The second thing is too though, after they already had us detained and stuff, and I'm sitting there on the by the curb, with the handcuffs on and stuff. I got my whole family out there and stuff, and I feel like the only reason why it didn't turn out like the way that it could have turned out was just because of the fact that more and more people started coming out. Like, all right, you had like 2 people that's whole, and they started like recording it. Like, granted, it was messed up. I'm like, damn, like, I might get
I might get on the news.
you feel me? I might be bow, and like
Yeah.
all it was a Instagram live, a Facebook live. I'm like, damn, that's all I was. Like, that shit crazy though,
That's all
right?
it was, damn.
And more and more people started coming out. More and more people started coming out and stuff. Then like, oh, let me call his mother. Let me do this. Let me do that, because he had the guns on us for a minute and stuff. And on top of that, I looked bad. I had like a little afro going on. I was wearing some high waters.
Yeah, I remember.
I had some.
Yeah, wait, I saw the picture. I'm like, I hope they ain't kill Eric, because this can't be the justice picture. It can't.
Yeah,
They got
bro.
my boy looking rough.
I was
remember.
looking crazy, right? A little bit. On top of that too, I was driving a little hoopty. When I said they had us detained and stuff, they already did the background checks and stuff, and they seen my drink was clean. Like, you feel me? Flawless.
He said, flawless.
So I didn't have anything, but they weren't gonna let me go. And it's kind of sad though, like you said, like I feel like they were, for the most part, everybody was like in their right state of mind. Like they were really trying to like insisting on locking me up. Like I had a conversation with one of them, and he was like, "Oh yeah, so like, what were you doing out here? Like, what were you doing?" I said, "I was just dropping off my cousin." Okay. And so like, "Oh, what do you do?" I mean, I go to school. Oh, you go to school? Oh, yeah. Oh, what do you do at school? I play ball. I'm on a scholarship. Oh, you on a scholarship? Yeah, run his shit again. We
don't believe shit you say, nigga. Run his shit again.
Mind you, I'm still in the cuffs like for like 10 minutes and stuff. They're like, yeah, bro, like we definitely got the wrong person. And on top of that, the girl who already was at gunpoint, who got robbed at gunpoint, she said that it wasn't those 2 individuals right there, but they still had us detained.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't trying to let us go. They were insisting on locking us up. And then when they let me go and stuff, the one thing, the cop came over to me. I'm not going to say like any skin tone because I don't want anybody to be biased, but I feel like people already going to know. So He was like, "Oh, I mean, well, at least you got a good story to tell your friends or something." I'm like,
nigga, what?
yeah, like, how is that a good story, bro?
This is
Like,
traumatic as fuck.
yeah, like you got people on the block, you got family members crying and stuff because, like I said, they're so in tune with the program. Oh, this happened to this person, this happened. Oh my God, they about to make my baby another statistic. I just wanted him to come home. Like that's
Your
a
mother
scary
was
ass.
there?
Yeah, that's a
Imagine the
scary-ass
traumatic
feeling.
experience
No,
that his
yeah,
mother's
listen,
going through.
I
shit's crazy.
understand, but we can't just make it white and black. I'm not talking about
That's what
skin
it looks
tone.
like.
I'm not talking about skin. I'm just talking about like the absoluteness of these situations. The what's it called, that the story I told you before in Arizona, black man shot a Hispanic cop, and they got chased down and arrested for that. I ain't say no skin tones because I ain't wanted to make it a color thing, but it's like we just don't know that what's gonna go on. What's important is how both sides are handling the situation. That's always the most important. That's what we got to get to the root to.
You're right, but it's just certain shit that you just can't let slide. Like, how could we just really forget that people rushed the Capitol, and when they rushed the Capitol, they had weapons, and these weapons were loaded, and they got inside the Capitol. You
They
know
was
how
chilling at
motherfuckers
motherfucker's desk.
with their feet
Yeah,
up
they
like
what's
this.
it called?
Kicked
They tracked him down. Though.
Yeah, though that don't get me wrong, they did. They should have been gunned down. They shouldn't have made it to the Capitol.
Like, how did you?
They're
even get
storming
that?
a government building.
Not to mind you, years ago, a lady had busted a U-turn in front of the Capitol and she got shot and killed. And you had people sit here and rush inside the Capitol with guns and shit. Like, this is our shit. You know how that? First off, if you're like whatever you are, you got some crazy authority. You might be the president of another country. If you sit there and hear a story like that, that's a like. How do you rush the Capitol?
What?
You know what other countries would you
What?
do? Like if you rush
No,
the
no,
Capitol,
no. They don't
what's
even
gonna
think of
happen
stuff
to
like
you?
because of how things are run over there. They don't even think of stuff like that.
What? They will behead you
If-
in front of all your family. Like
if Putin saw that,
what?
Yeah, no, I mean, no, not we don't even go that far. That stuff happened in Cuba. Forget it. Your whole family's food line is cut off. The man of the house is taken under control. I mean, you'll never see him again. It's, on
That's not
God,
funny, bro.
on God, no. My father was telling me he went over there,
That's-
bro. Like a family of like 6 shares one turkey for the month, type of thing. Like like, and we not about to get into the whole like America thing, but like we are spoiled as hell over here. It's crazy.
course.
Struggles that we see every so often in here is like, oh yeah, that's a regular Tuesday for us over there in Eastern Europe, Cuba, Russia, Asia. Like,
Yeah.
like listen, it's a whole we could spend another episode talking about the differences in how we run things and how they run things over there. But yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, like we just have to get to the root of it. And for me, the way I look at things is both sides of the matter. I'm always checking both sides before I throw down the gavel, the mallet, and like, all right, this is what's going on. Now, the George Floyd situation, cops did him dirty. They shouldn't have. At the same time, though, you get him from his car to the cop's car, he didn't do what he should have done either. He shouldn't have died. That the cop shouldn't have gone that far, but at the same time, he didn't help.
It's like this. It's like I get where you're coming from. I really do, and I'm not faulting you for thinking that way at all. But it's just like as a cop, you're signing up for a hard job. It's like not too many people getting in a car getting arrested easily. Ain't too many people like, all right, yeah, throw me in the car. You gonna deal with people not wanting to go, not wanting to get in the car, this and the third. That shouldn't, and like you said, that shouldn't lead to nobody's death. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, all right, cool, he was resisting. All right, cool, he wasn't trying to get in the car. You killing that man, you should lose your job. You should do jail time. And that's what's probably going to happen, so that's good. We're moving forward as a country. But there's been too many times where it was just like, all right, they just can't work for this police station anymore. Then they go a town over and become a cop. It's like, that's not justice. But the family, they got paid millions. It's like they lost their father, their brother, their uncle. That money don't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's like if Eric would have got killed that night, his mother wasn't gonna try to hear like, "Well, the city of Krypton's gonna pay you $10 million." Like, fuck all that. My son's gone because of mistaken identity. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Armed robbery, I get the intensity of the situation, but it's like pulled him over, got him out the car. The person that reported the crime told you that wasn't him, and you still like trying to make it him in any way, shape. Like, all right, he ain't do this crime. Let's see if we can get him for anything else. It's like, bro, he ain't do what you just tried to get him for. Let him go.
That's where we agree. Again, in that situation, they did Eric dirty,
So it's
right?
like,
But when it comes to every situation that comes along, we can't just be like, yo, these cops, bro. These cops. The whole, bro, and I'm going to get heat for this, but I really don't care. The whole what's his name? Daunte, the kid that just passed away.
Deontay, right?
Right, with the cop, she pulled out her gun. That was a dumb mistake of hers. But if you watch the body cam video,
Oh, it dropped already?
yeah, everything is
seen it.
cool. He on the car. He's getting arrested. They're trying to make sure, they're in a good position to make sure they get cuffs on him. What does he do? Gets into the car and tries to pull off. Bro, what are you doing? You got a kid at home. You gonna get arrested and then we're gonna figure out there. What are you doing? Because of that one slip that you're trying to run away from, we don't know why he got pulled over. At least I don't know why. But if anything,
Apparently they said, I think he originally got pulled over for a traffic violation. But then apparently they said he had warrants. But they haven't released what the warrant was for. So I don't know what's going on with that situation.
okay. So he got warrants, right? We don't know what it's for yet, but he got warrants. So regardless, if you get caught, you're going to get arrested. You in the wrong already because you ain't handled what you was supposed to handle before the warrant came out.
Yeah.
Right? All right. You got caught up. They got you. They going to put you in cuffs. Bro, why? After everything we've seen for X amount of years, all the deaths, all the wrongdoings and all the mishaps that are going on, what are you doing trying to run?
Well, I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. You put it this way, bro. Once again, the warrants haven't been released. He could have had some warrants for some crazy shit. That's just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, not fact.
And he could have been going down for like 3 or 4 years. And some people are like, hell no, I'm not going down for 3 or 4 years.
But it's
And
like
they might
You
just
got
be
to
trying to
catch me,
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just how it is for some people.
And it's like, all right, cool. I get that he ran. He definitely shouldn't have ran. I agree with you 100%. But you say he had cuffs on already?
no, they was gonna put cuffs on.
Oh, so he ain't had his cuffs
no,
on yet.
that's
Oh,
how
all
he
right,
was
cool,
able to
cool,
get in the
cool.
car.
All right, I get it.
They
It's
would
like this.
they would literally, his hands was behind his back, and the female cop, she was like, okay, we gonna handle it. He said, off me, hopped in the car, and they was trying to get him out. And then he actually was able to pull off, but she pulled out her gun, which was stupid. I was talking to my boy that was in the police academy. Is first of all, when you have your gun and a taser,
It's in two separate places.
it's supposed to be in two separate
They're
places.
nowhere near each other.
And on top of that, they different weights. We've shot guns. We know what that feel like.
Yeah.
They
They're
completely
heavy as fuck.
heavy as hell.
A taser is light as hell.
Heavy as hell. So that's on her. Fire her. Get her out of there.
Yeah,
That's-
at
that's
most,
dumb
like,
as hell.
They want to do a criminal trial. That's on them. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I just feel like she definitely should not be able to be a cop anymore. Ever,
No,
anywhere.
that's she can't. That's somebody who just can't handle it at all. Get out of there. You not. This is not for you.
I
Do
mean,
something else.
It's fucked up because, like, if it truly was like she truly just freaked out and didn't know what to do and fucked up like that, I mean, it is what it is. But it's like, for me personally, it's like, I get split second, intense situation. You should know the difference between your taser and your gun. You should know the difference between where it's at. The safeties on it is in different places. How they work is different.
Yeah.
It's like, how many shots? I want to know how many shots was fired into Bucko.
I think 2. When I saw it, I think she got 2 off.
Nah, I'm sorry. She need to go to jail. 2?
I think either
You
one or
can
2.
play off accidentally confusing your taser for your gun if you got 1 shot off. You pulled the trigger twice.
I think it was either 1 or 2.
You
think.
pulled the trigger 2 times.
I'm not sure.
You knew that was your gun.
But this is what I be talking about, right? This is a situation where old boy messed up. He messed up. So did the cop. Get rid of the cop. Let's acknowledge where dude messed up, right? Not no justice for old boy. He left a son at home because he didn't want to be responsible for
But
whatever he was going in for.
I'm not gonna say let's acknowledge what he did wrong and then say like, oh, let's not say no justice for him. Like, he was still killed. Like, and he didn't have to be.
He didn't have to
play,
die.
He played a role in it. Don't get me wrong, but it's still like he died for no reason. It's like,
And whose fault was that?
both. She
All
fucked
right.
up. He fucked up.
That's what I'm saying, though. So when are we gonna get to the point where we acknowledge these situations from the outside in, and not
Brother.
necessarily with a biased mindset and like, bro, like these cops ain't it.
I don't think it's biased. to not try to nitpick every single situation to the point where it's like, oh, he jiggled the wrong way. He shouldn't have did that. You see? It's like, come on, bro. It's like you're a cop. You signed up for a hard ass job. Certain little shit you just got to deal with as a cop. That's what you signed up for.
Okay.
If you go to the army,
okay.
certain shit you got to deal with in the army. It might be fucked up. It might not be something that you want to do, but it's shit you got to deal with in the army. You got certain rules and regulations.
All right. So we all agreed that the lifestyle we choose is our choice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have a car.
Yeah.
And you driving. This is a 30 mile an hour, zone. You driving 75. Cop pull you over. That's on you.
Yes.
Okay. You get pulled over. You got whatever substances in the car, right? And then whatever happens because of the substance you have in the car. That's on you.
Yes.
Okay. That's the life you chose to live.
Yes.
All right. In the same instance where the cop this is the job that they signed up for, whatever life you chose to live that got you in the situations you got into, that's on you. But I want us to look at it that way. It's not always, bro, they always doing this, da 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 da. And then, how can they do this to us? No. They messed up here and we messed up here. Let's stop messing up here and make sure we fix them messing up here so we can have better lives lived out of this.
How many people that we know of publicly, how many black people have died because of their life choices? Not just because of the intensity of the situation.
That we know personally?
That we know, like we've seen on the news, big cases and all that. How many people have died because they were doing something wrong in their life?
In my opinion, George Floyd. The Jacob Blake situation.
How?
Bro, nobody wants to cover this, but George Floyd was robbing women in the
What
community.
does that have to do with that situation? Why are we bringing up this man's past? What does that have to do with that day,
Okay, so
situation?
Let's talk about the day. Let's talk about the day. He went to the store, counterfeit money. Cops got called on him. The moment, yes, the cop came up to the car with the gun. Wrong. The cop put it away. He did. We saw the video.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
He had it out. He put it away. That's what happened. From the jump, George Floyd wasn't trying to go down. From the jump. Before he was cuffed, he was talking about he couldn't breathe. He was, am I wrong?
I don't know.
Or you just don't want to go back and forth?
I don't.
Because this is called Tough Talks for a reason, bro.
The energy, I don't have the energy for it.
That's corny.
Because it's just like, I just feel like you going to try, in every situation, in any situation, no matter what it is, you're going to try to find the littlest thing the other person did wrong, not to justify, but they kind of did this. It's like, come on, bro. It's like a cop's job shouldn't be like this black and white, just you do this, I do this. You do this, I do. That's not their job. That's not what they signed up for. Their job is way harder than that. We're acknowledging that. But they have to make the right decisions. They have to do the right training in order to do their job right. Okay, somebody was resisting. Okay, he wasn't trying to go down. That's cool. But to me, you're not taking into consideration nothing that's going through that person's head. You want to take into consideration, what if the cop was having a bad day? What if we don't know what their mental state was? What if you don't know what his mental state is? You trying to take him to jail over a counterfeit 20? It's like, bro, his mental state's like, but what did I do wrong? What if he had no idea that 20 was fake? Now you trying to arrest him? He's like, what are you talking about?
How would he not know the 20 was fake if the clerk didn't accept it?
But the clerk did accept it. The clerk said himself, if he didn't accept it, maybe none of this would have happened. That's why they called the police on him, because he knew it was 20, because he knew it was fake, because he took it.
I'm just tired of the conversation where they signed up for this. They need to do a better job at this. Okay, when things are happening to us, we have control of how we respond to things. Point blank, period. Now, unless somebody's mentally ill, mentally disabled, or physically disabled, where they can't react normally the way they're supposed to, we have control of how we react over things.
But you know what else is also, what we're really trying to get down to the pinpoint of is it racism or not? Because all the situations that we're referring to are regards of white cops and black individuals. And like I said, in the George Floyd case, yeah, that's once again an extreme case, because in no result of somebody using a counterfeit 20 should result in the death of somebody. And like I said, although that he was resisting arrest and stuff, it shouldn't have never resulted in his death. And this hasn't only been like the only incidents. There's been multiple incidents that even go like unreported and stuff. Best believe it's a whole bunch of other incidents that go unreported.
That's where I agree. It should not go that far. But we can't neglect the dash between point A to point B. We can't. I'm sorry. I will tell you when the cop is wrong. I will. Every time I see it. But I'm going to also tell you when the person who's being detained, the person who's getting arrested is wrong too. Every time. We can't have a resolution conversation without knocking down the problems.
But I just feel like we can acknowledge what the detained person did wrong. But when they die and pay the ultimate price, I'm not really trying to harp on the fact that, oh, they did this, they could have did this better, they could have did that better. They're dead. They pay the ultimate price. There's nothing we can change about that. If he's alive and we could be like, all right, you did this wrong, you get X amount of years. You did this wrong, you get a couple months, couple weeks in prison. All right, cool, whatever. They're both alive. They both fucked up. They both get punishment. One's dead. One has paid the ultimate price. He's doing his time, basically. So it's just like, we can sit here all day. Well, maybe if he would have got out the car a little quicker. Maybe if he would have been a little nicer about it, this and the third. That's cool. That's fine. That's okay to do. But it's like, while we're in the middle of trying to figure out, was this lawful, unlawful, was it racist, was it not racist, that and third, I just feel like we shouldn't be harping on the fact that, oh man, he wasn't trying to get in the car easy. He wasn't trying to, like, bro, he's dead.
I understand that.
It's like, don't get me wrong, he was wrong in the sense of resisting arrest and all that. 100%, nobody's disagreeing with you on that. But it's like, that shouldn't lead to death. That's our whole point. That's our only point.
And that's where I agree with you.
I'm not saying you don't.
Okay. But I want to make sure that's clear. I agree with you in that it should never result to that unless shots are fired or a blade come out and they attacking a cop and then you got to do what you got to do to detain.
You got to do.
But in that situation, right? Let's say there's no resisting arrest. George Floyd's alive today. Let's say the cop doesn't take him out the truck and step on his back. There's no, George Floyd is here today. Mm-hmm. On both sides, though, things could have been done better. For the future, cops and citizens can do better in those situations. And that's all I'm saying, bro. Every conversation is the police did this, the police did that, the police did that. Okay, yes, they did do that. What happened on the other side, though? Jacob Blake. He tussled with the cops and was going to get a blade on him.
Jacob Blake.
That he what's it called? Like with the knife. That he had the knife in the car, was going to get that, and then he got shot in the back. Like 7 times.
I don't know.
And he wasn't even supposed to be there. That's another thing. He wasn't even supposed to be in that.
Die? He's like paralyzed?
That he was going to be, but then he died. One of the two. Either he's paralyzed now or that he ended up in the hospital.
Somebody say survived, but they're like, they can't walk for the rest of their life.
Something like that. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is we got to be accountable on both sides to find a solution. That's the only way it's going to work. Yes, the cops need a lot of work. They do. But when we're wrong, we're wrong. And that's that. If we're not wrong, get on those cops. On God, get on them. But when we're wrong, we have to acknowledge when we're wrong and what we could do better. That's it.
Brandon, how do you feel about the situation? I haven't heard your voice in a minute. I've been sitting here pondering.
Niggas ain't show me no love, so try to sit back. But nah, I feel like as a situation as a whole, I think the cop was wrong. Well, I'm not even gonna talk. Well, I don't even want to get into the George Floyd. I'm gonna speak on the cop and the individual in that sense. I feel like in that sense, like as soon as I get pulled over, my first thing is like, all right, I'm gonna stay calm and I'm gonna see where this goes. Cause the moment it escalates to that higher degree, it's like, fuck, now I don't even know if I'm gonna live or not. But I don't know. It really depends on the situation. Cause what you said earlier too is like, like if I'm doing 75 and this zone's 30, now I get pulled over, But what if you want to check me for some more stuff? I get pulled over for some weed, a little bit of weed. Now, what if he throws something in the back of my car? I like it. It just all depends on the situation.
It's wrong, but
Cause
it is wrong. But let me get you something to think about now, right? Let's say he do set you up for something. You gonna put your life on the line for a setup?
no, I don't know.
Okay, right? You gonna make sure you stay breathing at the end of the day.
Of course.
All right. That's the issue I have. It's like we need to deal with the cops, but we also need to deal with our mindset with dealing with the cops.
Can we? I don't want to go too far off topic, but it does. It's not really. It doesn't really correlate with the subject that we're really talking about. But I'm pretty sure that we all watched the Netflix series When They Last Seen Us. I believe that's what it's called, with the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
So like,
When
what do
They
you do in
Seen Us.
situations like that? Because like I said, the cops have a very bad history within black communities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people have been harassed. A lot of people have been set up. And when you start like hearing like stuff like, you know, just like even the songs that we listen to and stuff like that make you think to the point where, well, damn, how do drugs get inside the black community when we don't have the boats or we don't have the resources necessary to acquire these drugs, but these drugs are flourishing within our communities and stuff. And why haven't there been alterations and stuff? Because I know that they have enough money to make these alterations.
Of course.
If you have money to fund $1 billion in like wars and stuff, you definitely have money to obviously make the reparations for a community to flourish. So they haven't. But, you know, like, it shouldn't always have to result in somebody's ignorance resulting in their life. Because there's other situations where you may not physically harm an individual to the point where they die, but they may be locked behind bars for a significant amount of years just because of the fact that they didn't know how to respond to a certain situation, or they kind of got nervous and they might have said something that didn't work in their favor. Such as the Central Park 5, they're telling them, oh, do this, do that, say this, blackmailing. Like you said, it's a lot that goes into the situations, but you never know how one decision is really going to affect your life, and the level of ignorance that kind of just like distorts a lot of stuff from a minor incident to this person's going down for 25 to life.
Yeah, no, I mean, those things are tricky because now you got to know your laws. You have to have information stored. But for me, and what I'm gonna tell all my brothers and everybody that might be in a situation, like, put your life first, bro. That's it. And that don't mean like fighting and like, bro, just like have your life in the front part of your mind where you know something can go down the way you don't want it to, the way that it's gonna affect like your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, right, like in your situation, you ain't caused no scene or nothing, right?
No.
But if you did, something could have went wrong, crazy wrong.
But to be honest, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I've never said this. I've never said this to anybody. But during that whole time period, I was high as hell. So when I was going through that whole shit, the only reason why I feel like I was able to react like that, just because of the fact that I was just in a very relaxed mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? If I on some real, if I wasn't, I don't know exactly how that would have turned out, because my heart started pounding. I was like, oh shit, like what the hell did we do? I'm like, damn, he probably see my eyes blush right now, this and that.
Like this.
And like I said, but I was just like, fuck. But at the end of the day, like you said, it was a mindset. And I'm not going to hold you. My mindset at the time period was just kind of like, I was like, if this shit happened, it happened. There's nothing I really could do at this point to like avoid anything. Like, if he going to pull a trigger, he going to pull a trigger. If I run, that's only going to obviously make it a little worse if he pull a trigger. But then again, that kind of make you say like, damn, did you kind of go down like, that's how you went down?
Mm-hmm.
You went down like really without a fight? Like, you felt like this person was gonna pull a trigger. Like, it's a very internal conflict during that whole
definitely,
situation.
Definitely. My whole argument with that, especially when it's a fight with the police, like, if you going down with a fight, you're going down, regardless. You're not winning the fight, ever. We've seen it with everybody. You're not, unless you got the arsenal for that, John. You're not winning. It's not GTA 5, bro.
I just feel like
you're not winning the fight.
As a cop, I just feel like when a nigga come at you with his hands, like, your first go-to should be hand-to-hand combat. Like, if a nigga not coming at you with a weapon, I feel like your first go-to shouldn't be escalate the situation. Now I got a gun. Like, back up. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's a great help. Like, and most motherfuckers be like, alright, not really trying to fight you like that. But it's just like, if a nigga do, like, he see a gun and don't care, it shouldn't be like, alright, I'm gonna have to let a couple rounds loose on him. It's like, fight that nigga. Like, he coming at you with his hands, you gotta fight that nigga. Like, if it's 2-3 of y'all cops and it's one nigga, y'all gotta fight that nigga. Not just all unload on that nigga now. It's like, no, So he ain't coming at you with a weapon. Don't get me wrong. He wrong for coming at you. Beat his ass and take him to court. Take him to jail. But don't kill the nigga if he ain't got a weapon. That's just how I feel.
No, yeah. I like again. I agree.
I will say though, there are some cool cops.
There are wholeheartedly.
You know what the issue, the problem is too. The root of it. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you good.
But we keep speaking about like the epitome. An action of an individual does not speak for the epitome of a race or an individual or a type of whatever group, whatever the case is.
Yeah, like that.
Like if I go out, like if Brandon goes out and does some ignorant shit, that doesn't mean that that all black people are ignorant.
You're right.
And that's what we have been really stereotype. All Asians are smart. This person is that person. Oh,
You're right.
when black people do this a certain way, it's called ghetto. It's this and that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's what we really got to like understand. But like you said, that does kind of go into being like bias and stuff, and that's kind of why people have such a negative perception of people. Like, you ever been around somebody that's we all been around these people, and some white person might have did something, and then a person says,
That's that.
I can't stand. Yeah, that's I can't stand that white person.
Right.
That's how white people shit. Like, oh, white people so and it's like white people. Like, who are you referring to specifically when you say like white people? Like, that person does not speak for the epitome of that race.
Exactly. Like Karen's like that, but my boy Zach isn't. I'm
That's what
cool
I'm
with
saying.
Zach, but Karen, she wildin'. But that's that white John that I don't mess with. Zach, he different. You feel me? That's that. Like, there's a internal and mental warfare between cops and blacks or different races when that's been instilled for so many years that it's not even like true. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait, what's not true?
the
stereotypes.
whole the stereotypes and the stigmas between races. It's not true. We can all cohabitate and we can all be good. But because we go into the world automatically with certain teachings, either between cultures or our families, that we just automatically pit up against each other depending on who it is. So blacks and cops, or cops and blacks, same thing. It's a certain teaching that needs to be changed. It's not necessarily, and it's not necessarily that all blacks are this way and all Asians are this way, all Spanish and all whites are this way. No. It's just we are taught to think a certain way, and that's what we got to change. And I fear for our generation because it's not like it's not like people are trying to look for an ending to it, right? It's a one way of thinking instead of changing all thinking. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like our generation, at least not us, obviously, because we think a different way, but like it's pushing a certain narrative to be cool with others. You get what I'm saying? So like other narratives are cooler than this one. So we push to cancel or to change this narrative, but we cool with these narratives that are unhealthy. We have to come together on an outside view and change all the bad narratives and actually present them the way they're supposed to be. That's where the change is going to come from. That's where the change is going to come from. Finances and justice and racism. That's where it's all. I mean, honestly speaking, though, I don't think racism is ever going to end, but we can change generations right here. When we have kids, we can change that generation and their friends and the friends that they have, the kids that they have. We can change. We can do that much, right? But it has to start somewhere. Like we have to be accountable for some type of thinking. That's where it's got to start. And, I mean, that's what it is. But it's like you were saying, like it doesn't. One person or a group of people doesn't talk for the masses.
Truthfully. Or respectfully.
But that's we have to change a certain teaching in order to get to that point.
How long we been going?
Hour 8 minutes.
Hour 8 minutes. Did you still want to talk about the Kanye thing real quick or not?
We can go to the Kanye thing real quick.
All right.
So what's it called? Brother Brandon put in a video. Brandon sent us a video in the group chat talking about
Brandon,
Kanye.
you sent that video? Yeah, you did. Where?
I saw it. I was like, oh, this could be a good topic.
Brandon said, "Oh, I feel good about this one."
You gonna play it real quick? Or?
Yeah, I'll play it real quick, just so they get because I don't remember everything he said. But it's basically Kanye has been bashed for turning against like black culture, and this is what he has to say about it.
What do you say to people that say you turned your back on the culture or
exactly
black people?
100%. I have turned my back on the idea of victimization mentality. We are locked up. We went from 1 and 4. We went from 1 and 4 to 1 and 3, but we always pointing at the white people, but yet we want to spend all of our money on foreigns. We want to spend all our money on luxury as opposed to going and buying some land. America is for sale, and there's a lot of barren land. Disney bought a lot of it in Florida. But the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody bitch and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro, we brainwashed out here, bro.
What do you
So that's what he had to say.
Can I start?
Thoughts, concerns.
I would like to start.
Go ahead.
Make it interesting. I would say I got the kind of gotta. I feel where he coming from. Cause you know, I know what he mean to move to America while you're black, cause you have less. What's the word? Like advantages. You know, but it's like, you know, if you put that aside and you really want change, you can do shit. Like, you can really do shit in America. But that's the thing. You don't got to make it public or all that. As a black man, if you just, like, do for your community and stay quiet about it, niggas won't say none. They'll try to bring you down. But that's when, you try to fight and die for a cause that you really care about. So it's like, I would, want to put into the black communities, put into, all that. Instead of, because as a black person, as me, if I see a watch, I'll buy it. I'm balling. But at the same time, though, I'm a person that care about more people than myself. But just know that for myself is handled before anything. So it's like, I don't want to go do this, go do that. It's just who I am. Mm-hmm. So, floor is yours.
My whole perspective on this is America was built on racism. Come on, just know, like, can't color coordinate any better. Bring a whole bunch of people over here and stuff. Obviously, people working for free and stuff. You build all these corporations and stuff. And obviously, if you have one group of people that you view as inferior, you're going to keep these people as inferior as much as possible. And if you watch marketing, or like you understand like the basic fundamentals of marketing, you really can easily manipulate somebody or brainwash them with a program. Mm-hmm. As they said, like, like all the time. People don't even think about doing certain shit until it's been emphasized so much. Mm-hmm. Bitch, I love my codeine. Oh shit. Well, what the fuck is in codeine that makes you love it so much? Shit, I want to try codeine and shit. Oh yeah, you won't really feel a song unless you like smoke something or if you sip something or if you pop something, which is kind of true. You feel me? It kind of hit, but when you sit here under influence, it hit crazy harder.
But the instruments in the background or the ad-libs, all that.
But back to what Kanye was saying though, he said we are at a point in our life where we do kind of have like a little bit of an advantage. We don't have the crazy advantages and stuff, but the opportunities that we do have, we have to seize on it. You can't just keep being ignorant and stuff, because a car is only going to do so much for you. This is only going to do so much for you. And if you really do want to have these cars and stuff, get to the point in your life where you can buy 3 of those cars.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was getting at.
And those aren't, as a community of black people, we aren't coming together enough, to just build. It's too much hatred. You feel me? Like they say in the rap game all the time, there's too much money out here for y'all to be beefing like this and stuff. It's true. Yeah. But people don't want to better themselves and stuff. They're not subject to change and stuff.
Yeah, about to say, and niggas gonna stay in the hood. Like, you see Johnny wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, he goes straight to the block. Mm-hmm. And he
hit the block all day.
Yeah, all
go on a little lunch break, come back, clock back in.
Go on a little lunch break. Hey, yo, I'm taking my
exactly.
15.
But it's like, I do understand it's like where he's supposed to start from that. But it's like, you can start from anywhere.
Nah, facts.
So it's like, it's America, so you have a lot of advantages in other countries, but like,
this is what I was saying earlier about
about
how we run things over here and how everybody else run things over the pond. Like, it's completely different. We spoiled as hell, honestly. Like, we're allowed to be fat and make it look cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, most
Or, like-
definitely.
like Pooh
23 years strong.
like Pooh Shiesty said something the other day, like
Oh, philosopher Pooh Shiesty?
that's a
I didn't know we was gonna be quoting philosophers, man. My fault.
I swear they really are though. I swear.
He says like, yo, like if you in my crew, I don't want you to
to feed off his own bread, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Get
like,
what you doing? Get your own money.
Yeah, like
we hustle together.
Like,
I
if you
remember
want a
that.
studio, I'll pay half of that. If you want a laundry mat, I'll buy half of it. If you want that to start, I'll buy half of it. And it's like, yo, like, you know, that's the mentality niggas
Right.
That's
gotta
how
be in.
I feel like that's how it should be. It's like this. My only issue with what Kanye said, for one, he's a hypocrite. It's like two, you can't sit here and try to bash niggas for singing about the shit they sing about, rap about the shit they rap about, and then coming out for activism and all that. When you do the same shit, or at least used to. You used to rap about fucking bitches. You used to rap about doing drugs. You used to rap about all that shit. So you can't sit here and say like, oh, these niggas tripping. It's like, you're a part of the problem, or at least you were. And my second thing is like, I feel like a lot of people in this country want to just ignore what happened. Like, all right, that happened. Cool. Like, yeah, we sorry. Well, we haven't really gotten an apology, but like, it happened. But that, don't let that affect you. Like, you can do better and this, that, and the third. It's like, bro, you kept a certain group of people down for 400 years. This country has only been America for like 300 something. Like, you can't expect keeping a group of people down for 400 years and then to just expect them to be like, you know what? We need to do this to better our lives. It's like, all that shit was kept from us for the longest. It's like black people now are just starting to get into financial education and building businesses and building generational wealth because that information is just getting to us. White folks and other races, they've had that information in their families since the beginning, since slavery, since stuff like that, because they've had businesses and all that. We can call them businesses that has created generational wealth in their families. So it's like to go around telling regular black people like you're just not doing enough. The opportunities are around you. You're just not doing anything. It's like, yeah, you could be doing harder, but let's also take in consideration the fact that this country has been trying to fuck us for the last 400 years. There's still obstacles in the way for certain people.
That's
it's like,
what I was saying too.
if you get lucky, you get lucky. But it's like, let's not act like I'm going to be able to come up just as easy as any other white person in this country or any other white-looking person in this country. Nah, I'm going to have to work 10 times harder. And it's like, I got to make the choice on whether I want to do that work or not. But it's like, people shouldn't be penalized or brought down because they lack information that was taught in another person's family for generations. It's just like, all right, let him know that there's a better way to do this. Try to show him options, and that's when it's like you're making the choice whether you choose to take that information or not. That's when it's like, all right, you're not making the choice, so you're fucking up your own life. But let's not just blame people that have never seen this information before. Like, you're not making the right decisions to better your life. It's like, I don't know any of this information. Some people didn't grow up with that blessing in life to have that information.
But if you have the money though, say the coins flipped. Say you start off with $1 billion.
Yeah.
But you waste all of it. Is that not trying to find information out on your own, or is it just the lack of mindset?
How'd you waste it?
Cars, jewelry, all
It don't
that.
matter.
I mean,
It's like a
don't matter,
mindset.
Yeah,
that's-
it
You
don't
start
matter
out
how
with
you
$1 billion.
wasted it. It's wasted.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a mindset.
No, but to his point, like, is it the
Do you want to build on that information?
right? Is it? Oh, I got my cool bill. I'm chilling. I'm gonna do me.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you getting a return on investment on what you're doing?
Yeah.
And are you like openly seeking? Okay, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? It's just, I mean, when it comes to things with money, it's simple. It's simple questions. Simple questions. All right, I'm making this. How can I make more of it? I'm doing this. How can I save more of it? How can I make sure I'm good in the long run, where I don't have to worry about whether I'm eating for the week or not? You know what I'm saying? So I said Kanye was spitting facts because of the information he was putting out. You could say he's a hypocrite, but I wouldn't completely agree because he was preaching that, the older his older music and what he was doing, but he flipped it. He switched. So he was speaking facts in the sense like he said, yeah, I turned away from that. I'm not doing that.
What is his music about now?
Bro, it's either a gospel album or just like living life. I don't really listen to Kanye like that.
I was about to say, because I don't listen to Kanye like that.
Nah, but he do be having like a little couple sneaky tracks and stuff that kind of like, even like with Lil Pump, you're such a fucking.
I was just about to
like,
say, that was like 2 years
he made
ago.
a song called Ecstasy as well, when he was talking about like, I made this song go off ecstasy, but that's him though. You feel me? Like, he could preach as much as you want, just how like Kendrick Lamar said, and don't call me lyrical, or don't call me spiritual, cause realistic, or don't call me righteous or some shit like that. And he said, realistically, I'm just a nigga that's evil and lyrical, or evil and spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same with Kanye and shit. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and reflect on Kanye if he sit here and whatever pop Smiley, but he has $1 billion and stuff. Those are his decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the same position as Kanye and stuff. He can only give me insightful information. It go the same in business as well. You could be around a whole bunch of motherfuckers that generate a crazy amount of money and stuff, and they could be making the craziest decisions. Same way that these politics and stuff, be bringing all these children over. Oh yeah, let's get a private island. Let's molest kids and stuff. You don't have to associate yourself with that. Those are their decisions and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not talking about it to that degree. I'm just saying, like, all right, somebody could give you a little bit of game, but with them giving that game, you only may be able to apply like maybe like 30 or 40% of it. The same way that we sit there and read through a textbook and stuff, and we only might really test on what 30%, 40% of the book. Either 500 chapters we read.
Yeah, but with the example of Kanye, right? Right. Let's say he buying the foreigns and he doing it right.
I was about to say I got two things.
Right, he doing that. He got the bread to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What we gotta do down here is understand that the lifestyles are different. The income is different. So that means the expenses have to be different. We have to learn how to optimize the money coming in instead of draining the money that's coming in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we all get paid either weekly or bi-weekly. So when that money come in, we can't just do whatever with it, especially if you want to get out a certain type of living. You got to manage and be diligent with that money a certain way so you get out of it the way you need to and capitalize on it. He's right. The opportunities are out there.
Truthfully.
Now, whether you have the lack of information or not, the choice is yours whether you want to go get it or not. That's all it is. So it's like, and what's his name? Dave Ramsey. This dude was a millionaire, lost it all, was broke, like poor broke, and gained it all right back off certain.
That's a flex and a half.
Bro.
I was rich.
Bro.
I fucked that shit up. I got rich again.
But
It's a boss mentality.
right.
Though.
It's a mentality. It's certain decisions. A certain lifestyle. His whole preaching is like, yo, you make a certain income, the way you remain, and financially stable doesn't mean rich. Financially stable is a certain lifestyle, right? So you come in with a certain income yearly, monthly. You live either 50% or under. Like how you live your life is 50% of your income.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the whole whatever. If you bring in home 3 bands a month, you're not living 3 bands a month. You live in 1,500 a month. That's how you make your money work for you. That's at least a start. And then you do your research. Bro, you download TikTok. You know how many people trying to get you into certain money moves and trying to like put out information like that? Like the way information is spread out today is ridiculous. It's all about whether you want to do it or not.
I want to ask you guys this.
Ask me, baby.
Are y'all buying a 10 like from what y'all, from how y'all grew up? Not saying the other person's grew up, but like, would you spend $10 million on a pink diamond ring in your forehead?
No.
Or go out and invest in your city?
Exactly. You invest in the city. That's stupid. The thing is, like,
It's not really stupid. It's really his decision.
It
That's
is.
why-
It
that's
is.
why-
It's
yeah,
his
yeah.
decision. In my opinion, that's a dumbass decision.
I hear you on that.
Like, let's be fact. Like, it's to a point where, and we all know who we're talking about. He could, he could die if it's moved the wrong way. Like, if Buddy come out the shower and say, like,
They're
dead.
gonna vision that nigga from
Word. Word. But it's like, yeah, like, bro, the opportunities with money, again, lack of information or not, it's all on you.
Yeah.
If you get paid, if you work a 20, 25, 40 hours work week, bro, that money coming in is your decision.
No, facts. The whole
Your decision.
is.
And the lifestyle you live is also your decision too.
I just hate the notion that like a bunch of black people out here just wasting their money and just flaunting and buying all this unnecessary stuff. Some people is really out here struggling. Like they're budgeting their money, but they're not making enough to the point where like they can budget, do what they need to do, and save and make investments and all that. It's like, all right, I'm bringing in $3,000 a month. Rent is $1,500. Cable is $200. Phone bill is $150. It's like that $3,000 is gone. Like at the end, you might have $100 left over. It's like, you want him to go invest that $100 somewhere?
But listen, right? You making $3,000 a month. Rent is $1,500. Cable $200. Things are looking low. Get rid of cable.
I get what you're saying.
Right? If the phone bill is $150, it's too much. Look for a different provider to get a cheaper price. If you gotta walk around with Boost Mobile because it's cheaper, walk around with Boost Mobile because it's cheaper, bro. It don't matter who got jokes for me.
Nah,
Don't really matter. I can still call the same people you can call for cheaper. Yeah.
Nah, don't call me if you got an Android.
No, my iPhone 12 got the boost in the top left. Yes, we can text the same. You gonna get the blue bubble. We gonna call the same people, FaceTime, all that. It's just I got a cheaper. I don't got the what's it called, but that's what I mean by choices, right? If you don't need certain things in your life, take it away. There was a point in my family where, bro, everything got taken because I found out. I was like, yo, like, what's going on? DirecTV, gone. AT&T, gone. Verizon, we had it because we had to switch from AT&T, gone because it was expensive too. We couldn't eat out no more. We couldn't do this no more. We had to get rid of a car. It's like, yo, whoa, what's going on? It's like, yeah, we are in debt, big homie. I was like, oh.
Jordan walked in like, where's everything?
You know that Drake and Josh episode where they come home?
They done moved everything? Jordan's like, hold up.
It's like,
where's my room?
Okay. At first, I didn't get it. And then that's when we started having those conversations. I read the book with David. I didn't read it. I listened to the book. I don't read books. I can't. I'll fall asleep.
I'm dyslexic.
But, yeah, so, like, I understand that there's a struggle. But at a certain point, you got to look at it and be like, okay, what can I live without and what do I need?
No, I get you.
When you get to living, okay, this is what I need and that's what then you can make those saving and investment moves.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to get out of that situation because the money's just going to build for you. The thing I told you about that one time, the latte effect. Bro, you found a mutual fund that has a 10% or more consistent it has a 10% or more what's that thing when you got
interest?
Yeah, interest rate.
Yeah.
Right? For like 10-year consistency, it has a 10% or like more interest rate, so you're returning on investment. You hold that $3 a month or no, $3 a day. So you're looking at $60-$90 a month return on investment in 30 years. You're looking at like $500,000 chilling. It's something as simple as that. So imagine if you invest $300 a month, $5 if you're feeling risky. You're gonna be a millionaire chilling. And right now, if we do that, we millionaires at 50 for doing nothing. We could still live the same lives, but we millionaires because all we did was not buy that Starbucks coffee or the Dunkin'.
Like,
you feel me?
Ooh, when 50 hit.
Ooh, all that money I'm bringing in.
That whole year, 49, you like, oh yeah.
This is it. It's coming up, baby.
I ain't waiting to 50. I'm trying to get it.
But that's that passive income though, and we can still make money moves that we see return on investment today, bro. When I get married, I'm looking to buy a duplex. Why? Because I can rent the other unit when we save enough money, rent both units, and now I don't got to worry about no mortgage because I'm bringing it. If the mortgage is $2,000 and I rent both, what's it cost for $1,700? Do the math. How much am I bringing home?
34.
Right, and I'm making
1,400
extra a month just off of that. To get that first house, I only need a 3.5% down with the FHA loan. If you look for a $300,000 home, you looking at $10,000 or less to put down.
Not right.
And that's not even money that you need. If you got good credit and you're proof of that, you just use that loan to put into there. House hacking. How did I find that out? TikTok. It's simple. You just gotta go look for it, bro. That's it. Go look for it. Be like, hey, yo, Siri, how do I make money? This is what I found. And then that's it. Your mind is open to all these new opportunities and everything. Chilling. but it's got to start here, bro. You got to be uncomfortable with your struggle now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was a bar.
OnlyFans.
hey,
that's a color.
hey, Bad Baby came out with an OnlyFans. Just a segue, real quick. She made $1 million.
She ain't even post nothing.
No, in a day.
These niggas was waiting for her to turn 18. They couldn't. What?
I saw that shit too. I was like,
bro, they was
what? $1 million in a day.
In a day.
I hate the way that we make people famous nowadays. Like, what is she famous for? Like, really? For freaking out on Dr. Phil's show? Like, we really let her blow up like this?
She got lit like that, and now she rap.
Like, come on, guys. We give too many people, like...
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you, though. It's something that Florida word, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Different.
Like,
I don't know what's going on up there or down there.
Down there.
It's ridiculous.
These Florida motherfuckers are just different. Like,
yeah.
They live in a whole different, like, simulation.
Mm-hmm. Like, their whole, like, thought process different.
It's just different.
The whole consciousness, the whole logistics different. I don't know. They weird.
Weird. I feel like I heard her speak about, like, on Dr. Phil, because I think that she went to, like, one of them houses and stuff where they send, like,
she's trying to, like, go to court with him, I think.
Yeah, like, she was... I don't know how I feel about Dr. Phil just in general.
He wasn't a doctor when he started the show.
I know, but like even being on TV and
they made him.
That's
what's it called?
Oprah
Oprah made him get his doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Oprah. So the show
was called Dr. Phil before this nigga became a doctor?
Yeah.
I mean, to do something. Would you watch a show called Phil?
I ain't go. I mean, I wouldn't, but like I'm looking at this nigga thinking like he got his like credentials and all that, and it's like the first 2 seasons he was just giving you his opinion. Like ain't none of this.
You know what's crazy though? You know why nobody ever questioned it?
Cause he white.
it's like no, he has to be telling the truth.
Well, let that shit be called Dr. Steve Harvey.
Dr. Harvey? Like, we know he don't got his doctorate. Cancel this shit. This nigga talking about.
He saw that as a comedian before.
Word. Yeah, bro.
Was a comedian.
Yeah, he started off as a comedian.
That's crazy out here, bro. Now this was a good episode though. I ain't gonna hold. It was a good episode. We had our brother Eric on the show.
Are you a doctor or a comedian? I'm a
doc median.
I'm actually a comedian, but I'm actually pursuing my doctorate.
Call me Dr. Comedy. Call me Dr. Comedy. How can I help you? But nah, bro. Great show. Great show. We good, right, big homie? It's all love. It's all love all day. All day. But I mean,
after this episode goes out, don't be surprised if these
listen. If y'all get sensitive over me and him going back and forth with anything I say,
we jumping Jordan after the episode.
They can't beat me, but it's okay.
All 3 of us?
I lived with it for like about 12 years. Help me. I love y'all. It's all good. It's all love for both of y'all. Well, you should have saw these niggas on 2K, Eric.
Yo,
Eric, I had to drop a 20 ball while niggas was arguing.
I still have my 20 assists though.
But we most likely lost the game.
Because I didn't want to pump fake.
No. We lose the game because you so worried about getting 20 assists and triple doubles and shit like that. No, nigga.
we actually got, start playing.
When you want to just go to GameStop, get the game right now, bro? It's probably like $10.
Probably 13 cents.
I went, oh yeah, hilarious. I went to try to download the shit on the PlayStation Store. That hoe was $60.
No, yeah, never,
yeah. I'm like, no, never.
Telling you, we go to GameStop right now. It's like
that shit the first time. Like, I'm so confused.
You probably
I could have sworn I brought that shit.
No, you probably bought it.
But I don't have the disc or nothing.
I'm saying, just get a new one. You probably still got the save data somewhere.
No, yeah, I do.
So you go back to your library.
Yeah.
What did it say?
Like, I went to purchase and all that, and 2K20 wasn't there. So I'm assuming.
Oh, you completely uninstalled the joint.
Yeah, I thought that would go. You wanted to play Apex. Did we play Apex for one night, and now it's like download 2K. It's like could have kept my 2K up there.
We could rock GTA.
We could.
Bro, go to GameStop today and buy 2K.
I might.
Just whatever. We'll
got
put
a lot
over.
going on, so like,
Yeah. We know.
That shit was like.
You want to talk about it right now? So no.
That shit was like 6 months. Arnell tried to return in 2K15. They said, "Yeah, we'll give you 3 cents."
Give my fucking game back. You're not about to give me 3 cents so you can sell it for $8? No. You're not about to 300% profit off of me. No.
But yeah, dog. Great episode. It's all love.
We're a
Feel
good
me? We
episode,
had
gentlemen.
Eric on the show.
Woo!
We love Eric. Thanks, guys.
Eric, are you still nervous?
Kind of horny.
We're going to end it there.
But nah, yo, again, if you made it this far, thank you. We appreciate y'all for real.
Uh-huh.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Support the movement. You already know. It's tough out here doing big things. Be ready for reactions on Thursdays. Gaming videos are coming out crazy. We're going to do skits. I got to tell you about that skit I got. It's funny. And then, yeah, man, we doing a big thing. Oh, and then we got to talk about a new member, too. We're going to talk about right now.
What?
New member. We're going to talk about that right now.
We're having a new member.
Hold on.
Well, Eric.
Have we made this decision?
No.
Oh.
I said talk about having one. But yeah, just make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Really helps us out. And share with your friends because you already know what the deal. If you liked it, they probably like it too. So stay tough. You're
Black Lives Matter.
Shiesty season.